Hello, this is my assignment 5 for AP 867 for me, Shalia Nelson. Um, question number 1. Do the tasks yield appropriate evidence of the identified understandings? I feel like the tasks that I'm having the students do um, with what I'm wanting them to learn from the lesson, both with reading the story as a class, reading it with their partners, the graphic organizers, the technology, with them creating the project at the end of the lesson, definitely helps with what I want the students to learn from this particular lesson and what I want them to understand about theme and learn about theme. Question number 2. Do the tasks involve a complex, real-world, authentic application of the identified knowledge, skill, and understanding? I kind of feel like it has a little bit of real-world application with the technology piece. But I would revise this part to maybe make the story more relatable to the real world or give examples of theme that relate to the real world and are a little more complex. I feel like there is a complex piece to it just because they have to find the details that um, go with the story and with the theme. So I would revise this part a little bit, but I do feel like there is some real world application to it. Question number 3. Are a variety of appropriate assessment formats used to provide additional evidence of learning? I feel like I have a decent amount of assessment formats with me observing the students working with their partners, the graphic organizers, their final projects for this, also the exit tickets as well. Um, I would revise this to maybe make sure that I have multiple ways to assess the students and know that they're comprehending and learning what I want them to from this assignment. I would also add that I do have a rubric for this as well, so that's another way for me to assess them, and I'm giving the students that so they know what is expected of them and what they're supposed to be doing too. So that's another form of an assessment I would have. Question number 4. Are students given the opportunity to self-assess and reflect upon their learning and performance? I think they are a little bit when I'm giving them the exit ticket, but that's more for how they felt the lesson went. I would maybe give them an exit ticket. Actually, I would revise that and I would give them an exit ticket for how they felt they worked with their partners and how they felt they did on this project overall and how well they understand how to identify the theme of a story too. Um, I would try to give the students a little more of an opportunity to self-assess and to reflect upon this unit because I feel like that is very important to have students do so that as a teacher you can see how they felt they did and maybe make changes to the lesson based off of that as well. Some final thoughts I have on since I'm not teaching this year, I had my mom and then I had a friend who's also one of her coworkers look over this lesson for me and kind of give me their feedback. They really had a lot of positive things to say. I know my mom suggested maybe giving them the same graphic organizer. I did think about that, but I felt like giving them the choice to create their own for some would be easier because I know for some students just using one graphic organizer might be a little bit difficult because they might have a hard time processing or sorting out their thoughts, I guess you could say. And I was going to clarify that I was planning on them all having the same story, but that also kind of had me thinking maybe I would give different stories too. It would just be something I'd have to think about based on like what I would be doing in the classroom and where we would be at. Um, she also, the friend I had who looked over this, she just wanted clarification on how to get the information about my students, and that would just be over data that I'd collected so far for the class. That would help me kind of know where they were at from formal and informal assessments. Also, letting them see the rubric beforehand and whatnot too would help. Um, but definitely, if I teach sixth grade again, I will definitely teach this lesson. So that is my assignment 5 for AEP 867. Thank you so much.